Good morning. I'm going to make up an Essex type of scene round Brightling Sea with the Blackwater estuary of East Essex coastal. It's a wonderland of waterways around that bit of coast. But I'm just going to use it as just a guide. I'm not working from anything here. I'm just going to use my imagination. But I'm going back for this one. I don't know how it's going to work out. With the original palette, Ron Ransom palette, we've got alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey. I've got a bit of burnt sienna there, but I might not use it. Lemon yellow and raw sienna. There is some dry paint on this palette, but I've added, apart from the two reds, I've added some colour straight out of the tubes. So we've got wet paint when we need it. How it's going to work out, I don't know. I've used this a couple of times for demos out of the 600, but that's about it really. I don't really like wasting paint. This is unless you use it dry, and that is our usual mode of working with a dry palette. So I'll just wet the paper. I could do a shopping list, I need some more tubes. Okay, that's wet. So put in a background of sienna, but just flop it around a bit. So nice wet paint, so we can get some good strong colours in the sky. Pretty lemon yellow in there as well, I think. So just put it in. Well, I'll just sort of tinted most of the paper there. That's fine. It's all nice and wet now. As it expands, I'll reclip it. So I want some lightish sort of clouds. So Payne's grey, bit of alizarin. I didn't need to put fresh paint out for that because it was. It's quite soluble. This the two reds, quite saturated. It might be a bit heavy. More red in there. Okay. Now I want some darker paint in there. Bit of blue. Good heavy skies, typical of the sky that's going over at the moment. Let's put a bit of blue in there, I think. In my brush. There's a bit of cloth handy to take off the excess. Right, just to dob in some, just show some blue breaking through here and there. Okay, so I'll reclip the paper. Keep it nice and flat. Well, it's all estuaries. You've got the Colne River going into Colchester. You've got Alresford Creek. You've got Brightling Sea. Further around the coast going south, you've got Mersey, West Mersey, Malden, Tollersbury. Lovely part of Essex. Right, I'll use the same colours that I've used in the sky. So we'll put in a bit of distant, low hills across the other side of the estuary, all the way across. Try and keep my horizon straight. I'm going to put some sand under there, and I'll probably use a bit of burnt umber for that. maybe a bit of sienna. Okay, let's get that in. Come down a little bit far there, but never mind. To show the tide out a little bit in the estuary. I want a bit of lemon yellow in there, I think, just to show some. Won't register really. Put in solid. Okay, let's get in with some nice, strong colour. Burnt sienna. I should have put some burnt sienna. I thought I had. I will put some burnt sienna out in my drawer. Burnt sienna. 21mm tubes of Cotsman Winter and Newton watercolour. Good way to buy it. Get a lot for your money. These lovely lead tubes. It's lovely, rather than plastic. Right, okay. We'll just put in some darker stuff over there. Bit of red as well. Bit of yellow. So let's just drop in some of this. So I can use, you can get rich paint straight away, provided you haven't got too much water on your brush. But I want it on the blue side. Just a little bit of landscape over there. And you've got a lot of boats going up and down there. In fact, I've got my wife's niece has got, and her husband have got a boat around here in Alsford Creek, or River Nile. Right, there we are. We've got something going on there. I can superimpose. I can lift out a couple of yachts against that if I wish. Right, not too much detail, just going up the Colne to Colchester. Refit the paper. Have a swig of my tea. Now, you've along here, in reality, there is a dike. You walk along the top of it. It protects the hinterland, the low-lying salt marshes. Maybe that's got a bit heavy, but done now. I think my board is just a little bit too steep. I wanted it at 30 degrees, but it's more like 45. Okay, so we'll put in some. I'll do some sort of imaginary landscape there to show the hinterland without the dike, I think, because I want to see the water. I've got to get this straight across here. It's going uphill a little bit, never mind. Right, okay, that'll do. Oh, let's get that right there. Right, so bit of mud. Oh well. Just get in some of this mud flats. Bit of blue. See, I'm using really thick paint, almost straight out of the tube. I'll put some shrubby trees in here. Let's go in some sienna above that. Bit of green in it, I think. Got a lot of sandfire in this in the mud here. Shouldn't say that, people would be going hunting for it. But just get this dry brush effect, and that's a bit weaker now with sienna. I'm going to put some heavier tree stuff on there. Right, let's get some greens in there. Bit of Payne's grey. Some sienna in there. Warm it up a little bit. It's all very exciting. Now some umber. Don't overdo this, I don't want to overpaint it, I don't want too much going on in there. Now, some really good dark black or grey, Payne's grey. Right, okay, let's just flick out some bits and pieces. And then we're going with some scrubby trees. Right, so I'm using blue, black, a little bit of water in there. Too dry. I'll put in some trees. I'm just mixing up bits of pieces on the brush, different colours and different parts of this brush. We'll just bring that further along here. See, I'm making hay with the, not literally, with these lovely rich colours, dark colours. My paintings are anything but pretty, as you know. So let's get a nice bit of green in there now. Now It's gone a bit grey, that green, I don't like it, so I won't use it. Right, let's put a bit more of this tree in, I think. Right, this is my palette, right old mess. Right, let's get this bit more developed here. I'll just wet that a bit in there so I can put in some branches. Let's flick some of this out here. Right, rigger. Nice and dark, sombre. Was that sort of day today? It's very dark. It's changing. There's a lot of rain coming over apparently. My son's just gone down the West Country and he's going to go through it. Right. Okay. There's. I really want to say about this impression. I haven't left much scope for rocks across here. I mean the sails, you see. Just bring that a bit closer to us. Right, let's put in some don't want to over clutter this foreground. Right, now I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to dry that off. And then just dry brush gently over that water. Hold your ears or take your headphones off. Okay, so in the sky we've got some blue and we've got some grey, so we'll gently just show some blue, just right, just dry that off again, and we'll put in some little boats or something. what I could do is just use a little bit of acrylic, tiny bit of acrylic, white, just to show some sails. It can't really be called a pure watercolour because it's mixed media, but for the sake of argument, let's do it. Got my white tube. I'm going to try and keep it separate from all the other paints. The watercolour, mix it. Okay, so we'll just put this just to those sails, just to now we'll clean the brush and put in some holes. Use a bit of red. Okay. Right, now I'm going to mix a bit of yellow ochre, raw sienna, and just put in some okay, that's all I'm going to do on that. I'm going to sign it and put it in the mount and we'll have a look, see what we've got. Or put some birds in, I suppose. So far masking, signing of the signature. Okay, let's some birds. Okay, probably done too many. Mount. The sun's out now. Confound my weather forecast. Let's put the blue mount on. So there we are, sort of an estuary. Oh, it's going downhill. Put that there. Okay, just a simple Essex scene using heavier paint. The sky, well, less said about that the better. I'll just tilt this up a bit if I can undo it. Hold on. Oh dear, no, I can't do it after you've run back to do that. Damn. Drat. Let's bring that a bit higher there. Right, okay, let's zoom in, have a little look at what we've done here. The distance is quite accurate. This isn't. This particular area, we'll be looking at a dike and loads of salt marsh there, well, coastal mud and stuff. So I brought the hinterland forward to put these trees in, just a bit of artistic license, just to make a painting. But I quite like it. It's got a nice bit of distance to it. heavy here. Probably a bit too heavy, but hey, it's good fun, isn't it? Let's zoom in, show me tree. Very simple. Not the best one I've done, but it's the overall effect of stark against clear. There are my little boats. Got loads of birds in there. I could have put some figures along there, but it wouldn't be right really. So there we are, making up an Essex estuary scene. Just having fun with the paint really. Okay, get your paints out and have a go. Bye for now.